Alright, welcome back everyone. I hope you restocked on everything you need to get through this next race without needing a second off, because this is any percent, so you need to keep your eyes on every move these runners do, because there is a lot that will happen. So, for this next race, we have Dofu still on, doing the extra shift here. Luik is back, Jiki is there, and Sai is there, Simon. So welcome back to all runners that were off for a race, and welcome back also to all runners that were in the last race. Alright, as far as I'm concerned, I'm ready to go, so you can all get ready to reset from checkpoint as usual. Alright, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 screens ready to reset from checkpoint. Alrighty, then let's get any percent underway in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good luck to everyone. Alright, any percent. The category where everything goes. So, prison, not really anything too interesting going on here. Most important thing for this chapter is gonna be stamina management. So, knowing when to sprint, knowing when not to sprint, to have sprint in the right places, and to be able to utilize it when you need it. That's really the gist of it. So you'll see the runners sprinting in certain places and deliberately letting go of sprint in certain other places to make sure that that sprint bar is up and ready for the right moments. So for example, this room with the bed in it is one such room to make sure that you have enough stamina for this door jump here, which skips dragging the stool, jumping on it, and then just getting there. Game audio disappeared. Wait, let me fix. I hope it's better now. I'm not sure if it's fixed now or not. Oh. It was back? Gone again? Alright, so hoping to fix that in the background, but what you see here is a little bit different from sprintless. The turning of the crank there is a little bit less because you can basically sprint. And then you can just run over there, sprinting. Alright. Then in this section, we'll probably see the Good old zip again. So grab a box here. That's what Simon and Luik are doing right now, and Jiki and Dofu right on their tails. Then there's two different setups. We actually see the throwing setup here from most of the runners. Jiki is doing the old school, quote unquote old school setup. So you can either throw the... Whoa, that was so close. That's insane. You can either throw the cube and then grab it from a little bit further back, or you place it down manually and just grab it afterwards. And if you're caught in Medusa's eye, there is a slight chance of still getting to safety, but most of the times you will just get turned to stone, and there's not really much that you can do about it. So now we will see all hunger skips, or basically all runners will attempt to do all hunger skips, because as I was talking about earlier, each individual hunger skip will save up to 8 seconds roughly. They're a bit different because the animations are different from all the individual ones, so they will save a different amount of time, but overall they will save like 40 seconds or even more. I'm not quite sure right now. A lot, yeah. So they are definitely worth to do, and you can get the hang of most of them really quickly. Some of them are a bit tricky because of a little bit like weird lineups, but they are mostly fine for the most part. Alright then. Next, some zero hopping because of straight ground, long stretches of walking. Zero hop instead to get fast, and also stamina regenerates while climbing, so you will regenerate stamina while climbing to be able to sprint afterwards again. And I just said the same thing twice in one sentence, but whatever. Zero hopping is basically a technique or a thing that we talked about earlier a little bit before, but I think Saiken can explain it a little bit better, so go ahead, do it again. Simon? Zero hopping, yeah.
You can basically just keep what you have, and you even get a little bit extra every time you jump. So if you get it enough times, then you just go way faster than the game is intended to be.
Oh, that was close.
Nice.
So basically, I messed up sound for the beginning of that. So basically what you do is you jump to consecutively to keep the speed from what you had before, and each jump will add a little bit of speed when you are below 10 stamina, I think.
Yeah.
And that makes you able to basically go faster than the game intends you to. So what we just saw out of Luik was Risky Pulley, which is a different setup for the pulley skip, which basically is that jump into you just jump into nothingness and hope that you hit the right geometry to not dive to fall damage, which we talked about a little bit earlier. But
I got it as well, so
yeah, and Simon got for that one as well. I think Dofu did go for the safer variation of it.
it only saves 2 seconds to go for risky, so
yeah, and it's risky, as the name says.
Yeah. I just did for flex reasons. Yeah.
Alright, so next chapter, the lair. Nothing too exciting or too out of the ordinary from what we saw before. We'll see, the janitor fight again in probably different variations. Let's see what the runners go for. But then it's mostly just getting the hunger skips, and the rest of it is just movement, basically. Not to play it down, it's still precise stamina management and stuff, but yeah. I'm currently seeing a lot of dropped frames. I hope it's still fine for everyone watching. Not too laggy. I don't know why that is. I'm trying to figure it out in the background, but yeah, I hope it stays fine. Alright, if it's fine for you, then it's fine for me. Tofu, 1 out of 3. Simon, I missed the first 2. I guess you hit them. Tofu hit the second one. Got the hunger there. Simon successfully did the third one.
Missed the second one.
I missed the second one.
Oh.
Yeah, second one is also a bit dodgy because you can't see 6 before it, but normally, third one is the strangest one is in this set of hungers because, as you can see, the lineup is not at the straight line, but a little bit behind that, and that's just what makes it a bit harder because you don't have a clear visual cue of where the trigger point is.
The time it takes for the hunger to trigger is also random, as far as we know, at least.
Yeah.
So the third layer hunger and the second kitchen hunger have normally large timers. So sometimes you'll just do it perfectly and still miss it.
Yeah. A bit of
sometimes you'll
RNG.
Sometimes you just don't do the most consistent setup at all, and it will still work. So.
That's why a lot of runners go for multiple trips for the third skip hunger skip of this set. And yeah. Alright. So in contrary to the previous runs, you can obviously sprint now, so stuff like this is a little bit more comfortable. But of course there's things later into the run that were more of a problem. Lair is just smooth sailing for most parts. There's just a little bit at the end, or like close to the end, where you can do a little hiccup here and there, but it's mostly fine. So one mechanic we haven't talked about at all this today is actually world tilt. So as you might see from just watching the camera or just the world around 6, that yeah, the world will tilt from one side to another. That's basically because we are on on a boat or something of that kind. It's not really a boat, but yeah, it's in the water, so it is rocking from side to side, and that will actually project into some objects in the game. And the most important chapter where, or like the chapter where this is like most present, is this one. And you'll see it later when we get to the section with the piano that swings. That is one of the clearest times where you can see how the world is tilted. But it's also important for the cart push or something like that, because depending on world tilt you can push it faster or slower. And basically, as of yet, we have not found a consistent way of basically using world tilt anywhere really, or like manipulating world tilt anywhere so that it's faster. So you just have to kind of hope for a good rotation, or when you are consistent with your times, you'll get a favorable or like the same rotation every time. But it's really
If
hard.
you want a good piano rotation in layer, you just have to go fast.
Right, just go fast. 5 head.
Speed gaming.
Classic cheeky, running and chatting at the same time. So yeah, this is the piano. You'll see it right now. For Sai, that's the piano that we were talking about. And basically this rotation that Sai got is a decent one. But
Good.
yeah, it's just a bit of RNG, or a bit of depending on how you get through the level before that to see which rotation you get here. Ooh, rip. Tofu got grabbed. Yoinked.
I'm too bad.
I hope stream is still fine. I'm seeing some weird bit rates. I don't know why my bit rate is dropping so low right now. I hope it's still fine. I just assume it goes well. So yeah, this is the card that I was talking about. So depending on world tilt, it actually goes a bit faster or slower. Now you can see by the way that the card is rolling to the left that Sai was actually pushing against world tilt, but that means that world tilt will now be in his favor, so the card just rolls further. So yeah, that's just a little influence that world tilt can have on your run, and you just have to kind of adapt to it and go with what you have, because there's no real way or no real useful way of resetting it. I think, was it resetting from checkpoint that resets the world tilt, or was it just from
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. But there's no real use for resetting from checkpoint to get a favorable world tilt, because the reset from checkpoint will lose so much time that the world tilt can't really make up for it again. So it's just a fact that you get used to. So different from other categories that we have seen, there's no zero hopping here, because now we will see Janitor invul for the first time, if I remember correctly. I don't know if triggered it earlier. Basically what you do is you pull the first bar early with a specific timing that the janitor will not arrive immediately after, but kind of be forced to the position, and then he will do his normal arriving animation, and that means that you basically are invulnerable, and for some reason his hitboxes don't spawn, and you can just touch his arms and pull the second bar right away. And how you do that is, I can just take Luik's or Jiki's game here as a little example. You bait the grab, then you get to the bar as fast as possible and pull it, and then the janitor will do this animation where he searches for you, and then you know that you have invulnerability triggered. If he does the other animation where he reacts to the bar being pulled, like this alert animation, then you know that you should back off immediately, because then the hitboxes spawn and you can die by touching his arms. Right, but as long as he does the normal arriving animation, you're fine, and you can just proceed with your bar pulling. On to the next chapter, which is the most interesting one. So, for the longest time, the way that this chapter was made, so basically for 4 years of the 5 years this game was out, the speedrun in this chapter was basically what you saw in NMG. You get both the keys to open the doors and then get through them. But I think it was around this time last year that someone that is currently present as well found a thing that we then proceeded to call kitchen clips. So you want to talk about it a bit?
Yeah, okay. So the chefs are relatively big compared to the rest of the enemies. No offense, but anyway, their hitbox is so large and their attacks are questionable. I will just say it. So with the right setup, you can kind of get pushed, and as the name Kitchen Clips implies, that also includes walls. They don't care, I guess, about the chefs. The chefs don't care about walls.
Yeah, so basically what Sai is going to do here is take a specific setup to position himself between the wall and the chef. And what that will do is that the chef trying to get him will push him into the wall, and then with jumping or sometimes you can get clean through, but most of the times you will just be in the middle of it, and jumping and wiggling will get you free on the other side. So you just basically clip through the wall. That's why it's called kitchen clips. And this saves, like, together with the second one, about like 1.5 minutes probably.
Both of them save 2.5 minutes.
Or 2.5 minutes even, yeah. Because you don't have to get like all the way up, get the key, get down with the key, open the lock and all that stuff. But it's a very, very precise and very, very hard thing to do. So you kind of
run
have
killer.
to run killer basically, because you have to hit this very specific setup, pretty much picture perfect. And then there is what just happened to Luik, which we call force grabs, which is basically you see the hand of the chef move, and at the end of the grab, for some reason, the hitbox of the grab actually extends way more than what you see. And you can just get force grab. That's the first try kitchen clip from Jiki. Well done.
Yep.
Oh, and Dofu got grabbed through the wall. That's a small chance
I
of
knew
that
that.
happening. That you're positioned like too close to the wall and the chef can still grab you. So really, really hard and precise setup. And that's why it's a run killer basically. And I think Sai is going for the second occasion where you can use this. Another door, another chef. So must clip again. Didn't get it here. So very tricky, both of them. Which one would you say is harder, Sai?
Second one.
Second one is
definitely.
harder, yeah. I've heard different
Rodney
opinions,
is gonna unmute
but
and tell you otherwise, but don't trust Rodney.
So yeah, in the beginning, when these clips were found, I remember pretty much how it went. Like, Sai went like, "Oh, I found this new trick," and then sent a clip of it, and then like 3-4 people immediately jumped into the game to test it out, and then nobody really was able to get it. And then hours upon hours later, I think Nico was the second one to do it once. And then it was just experimenting with like different setups. We go here, we go there, we just run from this point, we run from that point, we wait here, we wait there. And then it took like quite some time. I think like a week after or something was where this setup was found that is like fairly consistent but still really, really hard to do.
Finally, I got the second one.
Nice. I think Dofu's through the first one now. Yeah. Luik's still getting trolled by the chef. Yeah, so if you're a new runner to the game, definitely don't start with learning these skips because they are really, really hard. Nice! Good job. Luik also got through. And now we see hook warp again. I talked about hook warp earlier. So just grab the hook at the right point for it to drag you with it out of bounds, and then it teleports to the other spot and you get teleported with it. A little tiny thing that most people don't know is that if you let go of the hook too early, you will actually not hit the trigger for the second set of hooks to move. Like the set that pulls you over this whole gap. So you have to really be careful to not let go of the hooks too early. Yeah, then there's also meats, which have nice collisions with the chute, because there's basically like a tiny kink around the whole chute that sticks out. That makes it really, really hard to get the meat in if you are not lucky with the meat drops, or if you didn't manipulate them right. Z just, yeah. I think you just ran into the hook thing like yesterday or something, right? Yeah, it's a weird little thing that the trigger is on that specific box there, or like in that specific area. Rip. Right, Jiki and Simon going into guest area with this. I once knew how long this climb was, like 1 minute 20 seconds or something. Like, it's really, really long.
I don't even know. Probably that. Yeah.
It's like it's a real speed bump that you hit. You just go fast and then you climb and then you think like, oh god, I need to climb forever now. Nice one, Tofu. Good job. Man, if we could skip the ladder, yeah, that would be nice. Also, there's no big skip in the lair, so I think Mythic still believes.
I mean, I don't believe anymore, but I just still try anyway.
Yeah, it's the chapter that has the least amount of big skips, you could say. Probably. But yeah, if there ever was someone to find a skip, like there are like a lot of theoretical things that you can do in the lair, but there's just always that little bit that you need that we are missing. Like a little bit of geometry here or a different kind of geometry there would help us a lot. But then there's always the problem of the elevator in the lair. So basically, how the level is constructed is there is the base level where you get into the lair, and then you go down with the elevator, obviously. So there's actually the whole level below is always loaded. So theoretically, you could jump, if you could go out of bounds and stop fall damage from happening, you could jump down into that part of the lair. But then there's still the problem of the elevator not being triggered. So yeah, it's just a lot of theories and theoretically possible skips, but nothing really ever happened in practice. So sadly, we can't skip it. We have to go through it.
Yeah, if you just got the chef into that elevator and went through, then you would save like 6 minutes.
Yeah, because basically the elevator is in the same position that it will be in later, but you would just need to clip through the right side of it to get to the rest of the level. So if the janitor would work different or like similar to the chef's, then you could make him push you through it, but there's a quite significant difference in arm length between the two, so yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Also, a small detail, the reason why you restart the checkpoints at this elevator is actually not anything to do with the elevator chef, but rather to set up another zero hop, because in certain chase scenes or chase parts you will get in a specific state where you cannot do a low stamina jump,
Because
and that was supposedly to help the casual player to get through.
Because it will just cap you at a certain stamina level, right?
No, it will just, if you are at 0 stamina, it will just give you a better jump.
Ah, okay.
Or at
So
least better for the casual player, but
yeah.
well, we figured out, of course, that it's actually faster to get the worst jump and then gain it.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately...
Death's helping
cannot...
casuals, Resident Sleeper.
Yeah. You can get it pretty soon, so you can clear it before you go into the chase, so that's nice.
What? I can bust the pipe.
Yeah, the pipe is trolling Dofu right now. That's the weird thing about going straight in this game. Alright, next set of hunger skips. I think Jiki hit like 2 or 3 of them. I don't know, Sai, how many did you hit?
All of them.
All of them, of course.
Of course, they are easy, relative to the rest.
Yeah, that's the easiest set, I think so as well. They have very clear indications of where to go. So, fast ladies elevator. I haven't really talked about this. So, basically what this is abusing a bit of geometry in the back of this specific room down here that Jiki is in right now. So you just run on the plank, and then you can hit the ladder way earlier than intended, and that gives you enough momentum theoretically to get into the elevator with the lady. So you just go up with her instead of waiting for the elevator to close, come down again, you going in and going up. But Jiki got trolled by the door because the door hitbox is often a little bit weird and can push you out again.
I wonder how that would work in the lore. You just...
Yeah.
They're just standing there and...
Hi, how you doing?
Okay, I'm going now. Okay.
Dofu is doing weird stuff. surfing on fat people.
What? No!
That was some dodgy shit. Oh, you got it. Nice one. Good backup. Alright, so lady chase, but this time you can actually sprint, so it's not that hard.
Okay, I'm not going for it.
So we're setting up super slide.
Yeah.
So basically there is an object there that you can zip off of, but this way you actually don't only zip, but you actually slide after it, like It looks incredible.
forever. You generate speed. So it was like a glitch. I can show it after maybe. But essentially, if you walk for a certain amount of time and then crouch before you're at top speed or something, I don't know, then you kind of just get stuck forever. And if you then, you can use that. So if you unstuck yourself by releasing and then zip, you can then crouch again, and then you'll get stuck sliding again, but this time you have enough speed to keep going forever. Not sure how that works, but it's funny.
Yeah, it also looks funny. 6 becomes a race car and drifts. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I think.
Yeah. I'll try to do it in just a moment. After I'm done.
Nice.
Yeah, and then it's just lady fight.
So, yeah.
And at that point, it's just, yeah, smooth sailing. You know what to do. Last chapter is pretty much an auto scroller if you get the hang of it. So you will have pretty consistent times in that last chapter every run.
Well, I mean, my IL record saves like 10 seconds over, not 8 seconds, maybe over my 20% world record. So
You used Super Slide in your IL?
yeah,
Yeah, okay. That's
not using that in full game.
no, that's like really risky to go for in full game runs. Because missing it will lose you so much more time than it would probably gain.
Yeah.
And it's right at the end of the run, so.
Yeah.
I mean, if the race for world record would be really close at the top, then probably it would be necessary with like thousands of resets per run. But yeah. 35:17 in-game time.
What?
For
Yeah.
for Sai, which is still like 2.5 minutes of a world record.
Yeah. Two minutes, 10 seconds, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I think. Okay, wait, I can try to show it.
If watching Sai has taught me anything, it's that risk is reward or eternal suffering. Pretty much, yeah. G-Key hit that as well. Nice one. GG's to G-Key.
GG.
That is a...
Japanese too late.
Yeah, true. Dufu against Luik. Luik with the upper hand.
Yeah.
35:31 in-game time for G-Key.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, G-Key PB'd. Lol.
Nice.
That's an any percent PB by like 46 seconds?
QB.
That was unexpected. Oh yeah, I thought
Yeah, I was
saw
thinking because-
kitchen clips, right?
Wait, what did she even get for as a time? What was the IGT?
35:31 in-game time.
Isn't that like 4th place?
Probably, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, both kitchen clips first try. Really, really hard to get, but like boosts your time up by a lot. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff.
Oh wait, I'm kind of debating everyone by doing this part again, so it looks like I'm still running, but
Let me just post Cheeky's time. So Sai, you got...
what was it again?
oh, you reset.
17 or 19? 17.
35:17.
Yeah,
Oh.
dot 72.
Which is 5th place, 35:30. Oh no, it's 35. Yeah, 35:31 is actually.
Okay, let's see
Wait,
if I can
it's
get
it's the same place, but
Wait,
45
I need
seconds
to
faster.
checkpoint. Need checkpoint first, then
It's the same
can do it
place,
multiple
but 45 seconds faster. So yeah, Luik finishing up with the boss fight. Tofu.
nice. I got it.
So that is what Super Slide looks like.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what Super Slide looks. It's like really weird. GG Luik. GG.
Thank you.
GG.
GG's.
Tofu getting trolled a bit here and there, but that's what happens in any percent. It's a really. It has
Super
become a
Smash.
really precise run with a lot of difficult tricks. So yeah. Props to all runners still. We're gonna let Tofu finish off here and then yeah. We'll have an interesting one for the next race. Because coming up is first person, and you'll see what I mean by that in a bit. So actually, Tofu switched from the Nintendo Switch, so console, or the worst console, as I might call it, to PC a little while ago. And
Yeah.
you basically hold like a lot of console world records, even though you are on the slowest console possible. So yeah, a force to be reckoned with. So how was it actually for you to go to PC from console? Is it a lot different, like feeling and stuff?
Yeah. There is no Zero Hope on Switch, and
Okay.
the biggest difference is a loading time. You know.
It goes so much faster on PC, right?
Yeah.
Feels better to run the game.
Like 10 times faster
Yeah.
than Switch.
I remembered like the first few runs. There's like the load out of prison. It takes like close to a full minute or something. So yeah, going on PC is like really good for the loading times and for the feel of it. All right. And that is Tofu also finished. GG. GG's.
GG.
Thank you all for participating again. And thanks Simon for showing off the nice little super slide there in the end. So this is everything for the 2.5D view of this game. Because what will come up next is, as I said, first person. So there's a little mod that was made by Nico. So huge shout out to Nico. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. So up next will be G-Key, and I think NBZ is there. And the two of them will be racing in first person mode. So you will see the game from a totally different perspective now. So grab something to drink, right? Do whatever you must, but come back in a few minutes to catch that race, because you don't want to miss that one, because it's a really interesting thing to see. So see you in a second again. Any last words from the races? Cool, as I expected. Right.
GG.
GG's and on to
GG's.
first person.